this is a fun game to play with your jiu-jitsu. We call it face touch. It's the test. It's the test on everything, right? Is your jiu-jitsu sport, or is it street, or is it both? I want mine to be both, right? Because there's just certain things I do that will work in both applications. And competitors, you can take it. It's not like that on every technique, right? But they're like, that's what people call the fundamentals. Like they work in either set, right? And then you just have to choose, like, oh, well, I don't want to do this because it's concrete, right? Like, might just throw you down there and not join you, okay? So, think about this, right? If he's here and just holding, right? So holding. Can I touch his face?
Yes.
So we need to be able to prevent that just because it's a good idea, okay? Look, the head's the end of the lever. If I push it, I can off balance you, right? We were doing that in Thai boxing, okay? So when he's here, I don't just need to be able to come up. If I can come up, I can then also go over the back here and take down. Go right down into a choke, shoulder choke, on foot, okay? So the way you stop that defense, the arm over or just the face touch, it's like a 2-for-1 test. It's like a great escape. And if you can't touch my face, you also can't do that escape, okay? So for a minute, I was doing this with my arms, just pushing you back, right? And then I was always over the years seeing high elbow guillotines and like having a busted collarbone on this side and a torn labrum on this side. Okay, so it's like, well, high elbow guillotines ain't for me. Right, fancy grips, whatever. But it's like, my shoulders do not bother me on this. I don't have a fancy grip on this here. The only thing I'm doing fancy is turning the thumb to my body like we were talking about earlier. And then this comes up here to stop him from touching my face and to stop him from, go ahead and bring your arm over my shoulder. There we go, okay? Do that again. Okay, now what happens when we apply the concept of base to this, right? And when we step back into base, we're gonna push him away with our elbows, okay? So here, got my thumb towards me. I'm pulling up a little bit. I've got connection. Here, I've got my elbow wedged so he doesn't touch my face or go over my shoulder. Stepping back into base here and pushing him away. Just like that. Okay? Here's my stance when I started. I'm just stepping back here. Okay? Pushing with the elbows, right? And that's engaging my lats. So it's a strong positioning and structure for my body. Okay? It's base. So here, got to get your thumb towards your body. If it's up, all he has to do is swing out to the side. Okay? Now you can recognize that. That's a good choke defense. But if they're doing this guillotine correctly, that one won't work. All I have to do is turn my thumb. You can't do that anymore. Then you have this one. Okay? All I have to do is raise my elbow and you can't do that. Okay? So now I step back into base, and when I do that, my elbows against your shoulders are pushing away. Right? Kind of like I'm creating this like a basin out of my chest. Concave chest. Right? So folding in, right? Rounding the spine is another way to think about it. Here. So, give the partner, practice, do the face touch test. Can they get the arm over? And just hold it. Don't even step back into base. If they can't do the escapes and you haven't even stepped into base, as soon as you go here, it's over. Make sense? 1, 2.